Why is creative expression so terrifying? I think that's a question that all of us who dabble in creative things ask, because we go up to, whether it's perform a song or write a poem or make a short film, when we engage in that process, a lot of times we're met with fear. Fear of what other people are going to think about us when we share this work with them. And that's like primarily the big one, is acceptance. We want to be accepted, yet we want to express ourselves truly. I think this goes back to our childhood. We're kind of born with this creative desire, this creative expression and ability. We're born with it. When we're a kid, we don't have to be told to go play or to go build something with Legos or to go draw a picture or paint a picture. It's just something that we naturally want to do. And this desire carries with us into our adult lives. I think of the teachings of Jesus and how much he favored children. He said that in order to enter the kingdom of heaven, you must become like a little child. And how are children? They're innocent. They express themselves freely. They share what's on their mind. They cry. They laugh. They're spontaneous. They're creative. And so in order to enter the kingdom of heaven, you must become like a little child. I think that strikes me and resonates with me on a deep level, because I ask myself, where am I suppressing that inner child? I think we grow up in this world that is very fast-paced and very focused on getting things done and succeeding and achieving, that we forget to slow down and to let our inner child just relax and play. I think so many people, if you're like me, you work a job. I'm 28, working a job, living in this world, just kind of going through the motions from day to day. I like my job, it's good, but it doesn't offer me a ton of creative expression, and so I need to make time for that. So out of work, I need to set aside time to write music or film these videos, and we just long for this creative expression, and it gets kind of shut down as we get older, because we learn that it might be better or safer to not express ourselves and just to kind of go along with the flow of the people around us, the crowds around us. We put on this mask of, this is who I am. It's this fake mask that we hold in front of ourselves, and it's not truly who we are. It's our false self. It's the false identity that we create to fit in with others. And fitting in is not a bad thing. We want to fit in. We're meant to be in community together. But when you're denying who you truly are and you're not expressing yourself, that's where it becomes dangerous. And so how do we get out of this trap? How do we get out of conforming to what the world says we should be and being more authentic, being more expressive, and releasing the gifts that are inside of us, whether that's music or film or poetry or any type of art, any type of self-expression, things that you feel deep within your heart that, man, I really just want to do this. I think I have a gift. I think I can express this to the world, and it can increase the amount of goodness in the world. How do we overcome the fear, the terrifying nature of expressing ourselves in order to release these gifts into the world? So yeah, I know that for me, when I sit down to write music, a lot of times there will be fear in my body. I tend to feel it in my arms and in my chest, just this anxiety. And I notice that, and then I notice a voice that's kind of telling me, you're not good enough. You can't do this. No one's going to watch your videos. Your songs you're not a professional. Your songs aren't good. All these negative voices, this negative voice that is trying to keep me safe. It's trying to protect me from expressing myself and being met with rejection. because I'm afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of being rejected. And at the same time, there's a part of me that wants to express this desire, this creativity that I have. And at some point, you have to come face to face with the fear and say, you know, I'm not going to listen to you. You know, I can hear you out, and I thank you for how you're trying to keep me safe from being rejected, but I am with myself. I'm not going to reject myself, even if other people do. And more likely than not, people long to hear your creative expression. People long to hear original music. People long to see original paintings, original artwork. I'm trying to think of other forms of art, like movies. People love original movies. I think of like Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, the Miles Morales Spider-Man movies. Those are just like beautiful pieces of art that people have created. And I think of the people that made those films, like if they had just listened to the voice that said, no one's gonna watch this, you know, it's not really worth doing, then we wouldn't have that. We wouldn't have that film today. And this example can be extrapolated to any type of work of creativity, work of art. So the way out is by noticing the fear and then sitting with it, noticing that there's also goodness around you as you're in the midst of performing or painting. And so, yeah, for me, like I was saying, I sit down, I feel that fear that rises in me, and then I remind myself, like, I'm doing this because I want to express myself. I think it's healthy for me to express and create and just be my true self. And so I want to inspire people that are watching these videos that you have what it takes to be creative. We're all human. We all have this created desire in us that we can be creative. We can express ourselves. And maybe you've been met with resistance or judgment in the past. And I'm so sorry that that's happened to you. But you don't have to let your past dictate your future. You can sit with that fear and acknowledge it, but you don't have to let it drive. You can be the one who's in charge. And I hope that from this video, that's what you do. I hope that you learn that it's safe to be creative. You are safe to be creative. And I'm speaking this to myself as much as I am to the person that's watching this, that even though you might feel afraid, you might feel like you're going to be rejected, chances are you probably won't be. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves to really care what you're saying. I mean, they care what you're saying. That sounded negative, but most people are too concerned with their own image to be caught up with how you look. And so I pray and I hope that by watching this video, you feel inspired to create. And if you haven't already, check out some of my other videos. Check out some of the songs that I've written. And I hope to continue posting more just to inspire people, to express myself, to get out there and do something that scares me. So yeah, that's kind of all I have. Thanks for watching.